Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. Well, we got a ton of updates today, but before I get into that, I'm going to have to thank my newest members of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Thank you so much to Robert Mason and Sir Rocket. I believe I missed that one, but thank you so much to you both for joining as members of the Ping Pong Flix Show. And once again, go ahead, write a comment down below. I will read it on the show. So, and also thank you to William Power for rejoining as well, and everybody else. Thank you so much for your support. All right, well, let's get into the topics for the day. Let's start off with, this is a big one. Wow, Steven Spielberg struck a multi-year deal to make movies for Netflix. A huge get for the streaming service as it battles deep-pocketed rivals for talent. Oh my God! Netflix just got Steven Spielberg. That's amazing. That is crazy. A streaming service landed Steven Spielberg. This is nuts. For Netflix, getting content from Mr. Spielberg will further bolster its already prolific movie production pipeline. In 2021, this year, Netflix is expected to make 60 movies, 60. Unbelievable. Films from Amblin won't hit the service until later this year at the earliest. The movies and shows have the potential to add more prestige to Netflix, which this year received 36 Oscar nominations for its films. Neither Amblin nor Netflix would comment on the type of films that would be made for the service. In a statement, Mr. Steven Spielberg said of the Netflix pact, "It was abundantly clear that we had an amazing opportunity to tell new stories together and reach audiences in new ways." Amazing. That Netflix landed Steven Spielberg. That is a huge, like they say, huge get. That's incredible. I think for just with starting with Martin Scorsese, and he had he had that movie that went out to theaters, and then now Zack Snyder had Army of the Dead that went out to theaters. You bet your butt Steven Spielberg is going to make some movies, and it's going to be out in theaters. More theaters than Army of the Dead. Like Army of the Dead came out to 600 theaters. There's usually they go out to about 4,000 theaters. Steven Spielberg is going to get 4,000 theaters. I don't know, maybe less than that. But Steven Spielberg, huge deal. I'm like, wow, I'm really blown away to see this, and at Netflix we're able to score this. They are going to stay the top streaming service for a very long time. That's just how it is. So that's amazing. Congratulations, Netflix. Man, this is big. All right. Now we had a little tease of just a little bit of Jurassic World for you. So here we go. I don't think there's much here. Experience a special extended preview. Only in IMAX. Jurassic World Dominion. Okay, so you gotta watch Fast 9 if you want to see some Jurassic World Dominion of that. And what's interesting about this preview is that it looks prehistoric, meaning there's so much out there that they almost turned the world into a dinosaur line. Like literally, this part here, it's like it's being normal. Just like how gazelles and whatever zebras are out drinking water in Africa, and what do you call it, like bisons or whatever, animals, regular animals duking it out and hunting each other in the field, like lions and tigers and bears, stuff like that. That's normal for us, but because this is a new world, all the dinosaurs were let out in the last movie. They're, procreating and they're just growing in numbers. It has become a dinosaur world, and I like this little tease showing that. It shows that it's normal now for in that kind of. They're part of the world. They're part of life now, and that depicts it very well. So yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to get to watch that. I would love to. I'm expecting that maybe would they actually release that preview online after the Fast 9, or will it just stay in theaters? If it stays in theaters, then I might have to go and watch it. But I was gonna go watch Fast 9 anyway. So Fast 9, if you want to check out an extended preview for Jurassic World Dominion. All right, another trailer dropped today, and I talked about it yesterday. There's a new action-packed trailer for Snake Eyes. There's some rap music in here that I will have to silence because I don't want to get copyright at all. And sometimes, well, it happens. But lots of great action sequences in here. Him and Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow being together for the most part, and then they head back, and then you get a little. This is all before Cobra and GI Joe, but though it looks like obviously they are all trying to get him on their side. They're like, this guy's awesome, so Samara Weaving's in there. She looks pretty awesome, and Baroness is in here as well. So it's like the Cobra and GI Joe, they're all trying to get Snake Eyes onto their team. At the same time, this is definitely his origin. But I want to the coolest parts is, well, the action is really awesome, and the way the helmet comes down, or his face mask comes down, is pretty cool. Like, obviously it's newer than just the face mask or whatever. I mean, before you really didn't really see his face at all, so this is new. This is different. He talks, and he is also maskless for a lot of it. I hope not that much. I hope, and I'm probably gonna expect that he's not gonna have his signature face mask and everything until like towards the end of the movie, probably. But hopefully it's good enough to expand into a larger, a connected universe, and make more spin-offs and movies, instead of being just, Wolverine's origins and that's it, right? Because I guess we're all PTSD about this whole putting origins in the title, because you're just like, just shoot the shot, just do it all, right? So hopefully this does come out to be good, and everybody's going to be like, all right, we want to see more. I want to see more, and things like that. But we don't have to wait long. It's going to be in theaters July 23rd for Snake Eyes. All right, let's get to the next subject here. There's a rumor from Daniel RPK that there's going to be a new Suicide Squad trailer that will be released tomorrow. And then also Grace Randolph also pointed that out as well. In fact, James Gunn is already recording these little intros, and there's some vulgar stuff in there, so I'm not going to play that for you, but for theaters, so that's interesting. But yeah, there's going to be a new Suicide Squad trailer tomorrow, and lots of scoopers had pretty much confirmed this, so be on the lookout for that. All right, so this is not movies or TV series or whatever, but it is a video game that I'm really looking forward to, if it's true. We get this about every quarter or so, that Warner Bros. Games Montreal was going to make, is rumored to do a Superman game, third-person open-world action game. I'll believe it when I see it. But what's interesting about this time around is that the developer has been liking certain tweets. And these tweets are coming from geeks worldwide, right? They're pretty reputable in terms of they've actually got a lot of sources. And their games section, I guess they're the writers for games, put out some GIFs about, because they're after Gotham Knights are going to work on a brand new IP. And he put out 2 GIFs of Superman, right? And what's interesting about this is that head developer for that game, unannounced game, liked these tweets, and he seems to know exactly what it is. So I'm kind of like, okay, I don't want to get my hopes up again, because we've been crushed every year when people talk about this Superman game that doesn't exist or used to exist. But it may be true this time. I hope it doesn't suck though. But it may be true this time. If it is true, please don't make us fly through freaking rings, please. No more flying through rings, please. Let's not do that anymore. But I'm really intrigued by this. I'm looking forward to a new Superman game, and along with a new Godzilla game, wherever that is. But yeah, I guess we'll start with Superman. All right. This is coming from Mike, Midnight Mike 5, and his source, by the way, is Blu-ray, I guess Blu-ray.com. For anyone that missed out on Zack Snyder's Justice League Steelbook that was only sold overseas, the U.S. is finally releasing it. It's finally releasing it, exclusive to Best Buy. Release date is still to be determined. So yes, it's coming out, but we all kind of knew it was supposed to come out sooner or later. But at least Best Buy has some official graphics for it. So you see the steel case right there. It looks awesome. There's 4 discs in there. Looks great. I actually prefer this than the other cover that was from before where they're all standing there. I think that looks kind of cooler, much better. I mean, I'd rather have the one where they're kind of like that, and it's like Batman in the middle and then Superman, blah, blah, blah. But, I'll take that. And the steel tin can looks awesome. So when is it coming out? To be determined. But at least we know it is coming out, and it's going straight to Best Buy. Exclusive to Best Buy. All right, so some new reveal today. David Sandberg came out and tweeted it out. Don't know how long we can keep the new suits from leaking, so here's a pic I took the other day. And I'm going to say, first of all, fantastic. Fantastic. A director needs to just put out official photos before the behind-the-scenes look. And I know, I think today I read it somewhere that Barbara Muschietti from The Flash said, she was hoping people would take down the photos of Sasha Calle, Supergirl, and stuff like that. Great, but lady, it's the internet, man. Everybody's got a camera. Everybody's got a phone. The phone has a camera. It's going to go out. You shoot outside, it's going to happen regardless. But if you play ahead of it, if you be ahead of it and give them the most awesomest look of, how it should look with great lighting and great conditions and everything, put it out. Put it out first, and then people won't mind that at all. Although anything with Michael Wilkinson seems to look really awesome. But David Sandberg, bravo. He put out a shot of them in the suit, the Shazam family there. Adam Brody, Megan Good, Ross Butler, Zachary Levi. Interestingly, Grace Fulton. Not Michelle Borth. Grace Fulton is married. And then, of course, DJ Catrona. Which looks fantastic. And before I get into that, but a real glow up. I mean, and yes, Grace now plays both parts. But her hair and makeup is slightly different when she's super so nobody will even recognize her. Hey, it works for Wonder Woman. Why is Michelle Borth not there? I don't know. But maybe is because, Grace is at that age that she is pretty much an adult. I mean, she is an adult. So maybe that actually works out because everybody else is kind of still looking like a kid, But a big glow up from the last one. I love the deep color of it, the darker color of it, right? Because this was before, very bright, very, I don't know. It was a lower budget, of course. So with a bigger budget, they were able to get a nice glow up here with a lot more design. Notice the green, DJ Catrona's green is much, much darker as opposed to this one. And this is what I'm talking about, because I'm thinking now that Jeff Johns is no longer, he's still going to get a credit. Absolutely, he's still going to get credit because he was from the first one. Anybody who's been working on since the beginning, like Christopher Nolan, will automatically get a credit as they keep going forward. There's no way, unless they reboot the whole thing, they will continue to get credit. But that doesn't mean that they're actively working creatively on it, and they're not. He's not. And so this is the thing I'm talking about. Like Jeff Johns is creatively out. Like I say, he's still going to get EP because it's a credit because he was there from the first one. If you're there from the first one, you'll still get credit for the second one. Okay, that's just how it works. And so he is not on this one. He's not on Aquaman 2. This is where the horror directors are going to come out and say, all right, now I can make it much more of my type of movie. This is the first indication. I can't wait to see what James Wan has for Aquaman 2. If James Wan's Aquaman 2 and it's like darker and like this, I'm like, okay, so this is where their signature their signature ideas come out, their horror elements come out, and I don't mean that it's scary. I mean, like, they don't have to make it cartoony and really bright and shiny and family friendly. They're on the second movie. They can make it darker. They can make it a little deeper. They can make it a little better, and with a bigger budget as well. So I'm curious to see what type of more aesthetics that he's going to go into for David Sandberg. Will he bring more of that horror elements that he kind of brought into the first Shazam movie, and make it even much more adult themed or adult oriented? It can't be that much because there are definitely kids in this movie, but I'm thinking that the tone is going to be a little bit darker than the first movie. So I'm really curious to see how this turns out. But I love it. I'm going to say it looks fantastic. These suits look fantastic. It's almost Michael Wilkinson quality right here. This is great stuff. I'm liking it. It really looks really good. So this is a massive glow up from the last set of suits here. It really is. It really is. So, but that's not all. Of course, they're shooting outside. They can't not leak everything. So they're definitely people took shots, and this is from Just Jared, I guess. And we get to see Helen Mirren she's the evil goddess. Hespera, I think, Hespera, the daughter of Atlantis, and she's going to be the villain in this movie. And so we get to see her for the first time here, having lunch. She don't seem so villainy when they're having just a burger and drinks with Shazam right there, Zachary Levi. But they're absolutely wearing the costume, and I'm sure just like this, like right now, I love the look of it. I'm sure when it gets into a perfect lighting and how it should look, it's going to look like real metal, real armor, and everything like that, and it's going to look great. So I'm liking all the stuff he's doing so far in terms of the details, the look of it. This is a major improvement to the first Shazam movie in terms of aesthetic. Major improvement. Now I'm just wondering how the story is and everything else. How is that going to hold up? I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, well, this one last thing we'll talk about is something from Grace Randolph. Grace Randolph did a video about the behind the scenes and the Flash and everything like that. She mentioned something really quick though. She said that Michael Keaton, she was wrong. She was saying that Michael Keaton is actually not replacing Batman in the DCEU. He's just going to be a part of the DCEU. He's going to be the Nick Fury of the DCEU. And that got me wondering, okay, so that's something that I was thinking about, and I actually put it out there, that maybe she means that he's the Nick Fury. He's like coming in like the Oracle or the leader or the mentor level, and not actually being the next Batman, which I honestly, like, for a universe like DCEU, I don't think him coming in as the Batman would work out. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, he's like, what, 60 something? So I'm like, okay, if he's coming in as a mentor level like that, that's fine, because that means we still have a Batman that can go around still kicking ass. And hopefully that, crossing your fingers, it's Ben Affleck. But that he's still going to be around, and that, I think, is really interesting. And it goes to show that there's probably going to be him, teaching a young Batgirl or a young Batman or whatever for his Batman Beyond movie. We don't know. But I'm still curious. But like him leaving the Burtonverse kind of opens up the Burtonverse to having a no Batman, unless there's somebody already there protecting the city while he was still that old, right? So that part I don't understand, and curious to see what that means. But I'm liking hearing that he's not going to be the new Batman for the DCU. That don't make sense to me. But if he's just coming in as a mentor level, a Nick Fury, someone in the background, someone like the Oracle, an Oracle, if you will, he's just going to stay in the Justice League Tower, and while the real Batman is going on fighting in the streets, I dig that. I can dig that. Okay, that makes sense to me. That's better. I'm just hoping it's Ben Affleck. I mean, come on, Daniel RPK. He's been hearing. And I made a video about that Ben Affleck may stick around for a while. And I'm like, okay, I like that. Now, Grace was saying she heard otherwise. She heard that Ben Affleck was going to, you know, not make it. This is going to be his goodbye in the Flash movie. And I hope that's not the case. So we'll see which scooper, you know, wins. I guess. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. So that's another thing that's came out today. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment news and content, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, and I'll see you next time. Bye.